Venue,
I
right?
mean, it's so funny you say this because like I wish that was something I knew at like 17, right? Because I was always like,
Yeah.
oh, I can find a way to do this, or like,
Hmm.
yeah, I'd love to see how a camera works and like
Yeah.
take my own pictures and that kind of stuff. So you would always just and like I don't know, maybe it's just our DIY nature. I was always like, I'd rather just know the ins and outs.
Hmm.
And I mean, at the least possible thing is I could learn it, so I know what I'm looking for when we're
When we
hiring,
look to
right?
hire, yeah.
And so that's I think that's a really important key, like just to know when you can, like really how high your skill level is at really like producing the kind of look you're looking for.
Yeah, the
And
content.
yeah, and even the sound, all that kind of stuff. You just have to kind of know where your limit is, and then
Hmm.
know like if if you're not getting to where you
Yeah.
want to in
What
terms of
what
what
can
you're.
we pull off ourselves,
Yeah,
and whatever we can't, let's outsource it. Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think, yeah, that's a really good thing
Hmm.
to learn, and I would learn that like way sooner because
Yes.
like I mean
Look, you.
damn.
This is
Yeah,
out of
yeah, you
everyone,
become
like
me.
you become at like
Yeah,
we're in a spot where we have a little bit of a I want to say, I don't know, maybe a blinder on a little bit, saying that like, yeah, a band should do it DIY, because like Alex DIY'd the shit out of our bands for us every time. Recordings, graphics, any simple videos and stuff like that we were doing. Hell, he shot the music video, the drum playthrough that Aaron did. So like
yeah,
literally all of our media, all of our social media stuff, that's all Alex. The recording for Lost Light, that's all Alex.
yeah,
It was literally DI Alex. So
yeah,
the
but
the 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 value of that is so high, but the time was taken to learn all the different aspects of it. And it doesn't
yeah,
mean one guy in the band has to do it. Someone in the band, if they have a camera interest, get a decent enough camera and just start filming some stuff.
yeah, just I think all of that stuff's good when you're
Hmm.
starting out, and if you have the like the drive to learn it, then
Yeah.
learn it, but know where your skill ends and where to hire out,
Where to
or
hire,
something
yes.
like that, because it took a long time to be able to get to that like production value where I'm happy
Yes.
with the stuff that I'm putting out, and it took a lot of effort and like
Literally 10
sleepless
years
nights
of us
and all
playing
that stuff.
together
Yeah.
music. Yeah.
And I just think it's like it would have made life a lot easier if I just like let go of the reins a little bit, and maybe it was more of like a control freak thing. But at the same time, I'm happy, like I said, I'm happy to learn all that stuff, because then I know what I'm looking for when it
Yes.
comes to it. And I'm like pretty confident right now, like if I were to ever just make a new band, it would be like I know exactly what I'm looking for in terms of what the band image, the
Yeah.
band like logo, the music videos and all that stuff. Would I do them myself? I don't know, honestly.
Yeah. At this
Yeah.
point now.
Because I know how much of a hassle it also is.
And certain professionalities that you would want of it too, right? That's one thing that we've talked about too, is different. Maybe we outsource for an album art design because we want something with a little different style, or maybe
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Mhm.
For artwork, it's always the same idea that you look for a tattoo artist. Who specializes in what? What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Go search around. Go hit those Insta pages. Go hit up your buddies. Check out what's out there.
In terms of doing all that kind of stuff, like let's get to something a little more actionable then. Like if you're going to hire for things like that,
Mm.
what kind of what kind of things? So I know you kind of touched on like Insta pages and all
Mhm.
that, but what things do you think helps the most? Like, do you think somebody should really focus on so much on style that they like they have to drive to the States or something to do something right, like to get their recordings done somewhere? Or
No, I
No.
don't think that.
when is it good enough? How do you know when is their style good enough? Or when do you say, hey, look, I'm gonna actually invest in the future of this, like
Mm.
future director or future
Yeah.
music producer?
I think the one thing you always have to factor in is your. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna word this, but your cost per result ratio kind of thing. What
Mhm.
you need to get out of it versus what you're gonna spend kind of deal. So
Yeah.
for example, if this is a brand new band and this is maybe our first release kind of thing, I've got so much other stuff that in my mind, I need to pay for. As far as everything has to be started, there's got to be recordings, there's got to be promos, there's got to be a whole laundry list of stuff that needs to get done. So does spending, say, $2,000 on a music video right off the hop make sense? You do want to put your best foot forward, but also in that same boat, if you spent $1,000 on a video, you have that other $1,000 being able to spend somewhere else, and then down the line you can also develop your visual image a little bit more. It all depends on what part of the career you're at and how important that aspect is to you, and if you're lacking in it or not. Do you have no videos? Then you better spend some money on getting some good videos going, and at least have that there for when someone needs to go reference it. If you don't have a successful Insta page, you should be focusing on everyone in the band taking pictures, putting it in a thread, saying here's all our pictures for this week kind of thing. Everyone maybe pick your best, or you can just post which ones you think.
Which we tried.
We like,
it didn't work.
And this is funny because we say a lot of this stuff, and we've tried to do all of this, but we're at the point in our career where it just wasn't. We weren't there for it anymore. You know what I mean? We weren't as committed to the band life, which is half the reason why we're sitting here talking about it, not out on the road ourselves.
Because it'd be way different. Life would be way different.
We would be shooting this in a van, and we'd be doing a tour breakdown, which we will probably do actually this summer. Maybe we'll get the boys in Single Wound to come up. We can use their van for a little tour breakdown.
I'd love to hear what once we start getting rolling on these, I'd love to hear what the audience starts to think about. What kind of things they want to hear, what help they need with their bands and what starting out, and what's
realistic price points to spend on certain things too. Is you know what I mean? Some bands will go out and they'll spend $10-11 per CD to produce it, as far as duplication and stuff, and not even realize that there's $2 options, there's $3 options, there's $4 options out there. You know what I mean? You don't have to spend $12. You don't have to do a jewel case with 5 panels, 6 panels, you know what I mean? We've done jewel cases, we've done multi-panels, we've done all the way down to cardboard sleeves with no inserts.
I'm down to get on an episode about merchandise altogether, man.
Right?
Yeah, there's so
merch
much,
is right. There's a whole other as far as niche stuff.
That might even be
get into that
right
now.
Like a 2-parter, man.
And then if we talk about Paul, that's a fucking 4-parter.
Get him on the podcast.
Oh my god, just leave a camera and a mic at his house. He'll live stream 24/7.
Love you, Paul.